A lot of people look at $100 like it's nothing, like it's just $100. But the thing is, that's not really the lens you want to be looking through, because $100 a day used correctly can be the difference between living paycheck to paycheck or literally building lifetime wealth. Here's the problem. Most people, they blow $100 on a lot of things, right? A lot of it's food, eating out, it's subscriptions, it's on stuff they don't need. You know, it's on getting nails done or whatever people like to do. $150 just for a set. And they don't realize that same $100 could literally be the income that replaces your job in the future. Is that powerful? So in this video, I'm going to show you how to turn $100 a day into real wealth. This is not hype. This is not fantasy. It's not anything that is fictitious. All right. These are actual steps that are going to compound and turn into freedom. Oh, and by the way, you already know who it is. James Strong. And on this channel, we focus on how to turn market moves into money moves. We trade, we invest, and we build wealth from the markets as a whole. So I want to go ahead and really break down for you guys just the power of this, right? In a simple, laid out, tried and true steps. Step one. The first step is, and I just want to say this before I even get started, right? A lot of people, man, they always think, oh, okay, what can I do? People already so act, but what's your plan, man? First thing, we got to make sure we got the right lens. How do you view $100? Because there's no way you want to build wealth before you can change your mindset, right? If we have to first look and see, okay, what's my perspective, right? Because $100 a day is $3,000 a month on 1 year, right? Let's just go to a compound interest calculator real quick, man. Let's just go. Let's just see what this is. So that's basically, we just started $3,000 a month. We'll grow for 15 years. S&P usually averaging like 10 or 9%. And if we doing contribution amount, what's this, monthly? So annually. So every month we doing 3,000. It's $100 a day. That's $1.25 million. $1.25 million. Now, it doesn't matter if you have $100 right now to start with. That's not the point. The first thing we got to do is change how we see it, man. That right there, that $100 you're looking at, everywhere you see money leaking at, whether it don't matter if it's 25 or 50, but that $100 you see, yo, like that eating out, those nails, that could be wealth. That could be freedom. So we first need to change how we're looking at it and stop thinking it's only $100 and start seeing it, okay, this right here is a brick to build my house of freedom, to build my house of my foundation, financial freedom for myself and my family. Start looking at it as that, okay? Now, step two. Step two, we need to start eliminating wasted hundreds. This is when your money start coming in. A lot of people think they don't have money and all this stuff. No, a lot of times you're just wasting it somewhere, right? We all have that. Now we need to get clean, okay? Before you can grow wealth, you need to stop the leaks. Imagine trying to drink some water and there's holes all in your cup. You're gonna keep wondering why it's going empty. The first thing you want to do, don't keep pouring water in it. That's why you're tired. You can't keep working 2 jobs. You can't keep working 40, 50 hours a week forever without first plugging the holes, all right? Now your cup can run it over and flow over. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm not gonna get off, but literally, bro, that's what God wants for you. You understand what I'm saying? He wants your cup to run it over. But we got to do our part too. So let's plug these holes up, man. Let's look to see, okay, how we wasting money so we can eliminate that. Because remember, $100 a day, 1.2 million, that's only 15 years, champ. That's only 15 years. Your life has changed forever. I know all y'all over 15 years old. You know what I'm saying? My audience, most of us, I'm not 30 yet, but like I'm close to it, right? I'm 29 years old. Most of my audience is 25, 35, 45-year-old men, 55, right? You done had a few 15-year segments. So don't pass these next years, man. Make sure you putting this money to work. And we gotta see what we're doing. You know, let's do what, man. Look, I'm not saying you gotta stop getting your nails done, but hey, talk to your wife. All my fellas, man, talk to your wife. Look, can we cut back? All right, baby. Hey, look, can you start doing it yourself? Maybe fellas on your haircuts. You know what I'm saying? On your haircuts. Maybe you don't get a full cut. Now, I get me a full cut every week. But also, again, I've been working my plan. I know where I'm at. This is in my allotment. I paid off my debt, right? I'm 100% debt free. I paid off all my student loans, all my wife's student loans, all our daughter's birthday is. I paid off all our debt. We 100% debt free, 6-figure net worth. So I'm past this stage. These are steps. This stuff isn't always forever too, because I'm not gonna talk about that in this video. But there's levels to it. You can start to. It's a percentage base, right? Up front, you got to get the momentum going. You feel me? It's easy to stop somebody on a bicycle going a mile an hour. But when you change not only the vehicle, right? You get into a car and you change the speed at 80 miles an hour. Yeah, try to put your hand like this in front of somebody driving 80 miles an hour. It's going to be a bad day. You understand? So just understand it does change, right? But no matter what, even I still live by these principles. Doing things like what we do. We cook, man. This right here, food, you already know, especially in America, food. We cook, man. Cook, not eat out. This right here, man, probably cut your groceries in half, your food bill in half. You understand? Cook, not eat out. You know, find different places you can shop. There's a plethora of things you can do. But we need to stop the wasted income. Once we do this, right? So first we got to change our mindset. Now we got this so we can start stacking up money to be able to invest. People always want to invest before it's the right time. You have to get out. First, you got to get your mind right. Stop wasting money so you actually have money to invest. I would then say, depending on the situation, most likely pay off debt next. Because then, and I'm not going to go off the debt piece, but then, step 3, you can use that money to multiply through the markets, man. This is where it starts to get powerful, all right? This is where it starts to get very powerful. Here is when we begin doing 2 things. 1, we begin investing, and 2, we begin trading. These 2 combined, I always say this, these 2 combined is a recipe for wealth. It's a recipe for wealth, man. This is how you do both. This is how you get wealth fast, by doing both. You invest and you trade. You invest and you trade. You invest and you trade, right? It does not matter. Forex, futures, CFDs, trading is trading when you know how to do it properly. This is one of the ways that, like, literally for myself, anybody's been following me on Instagram, like earlier in the year, I was posting my trades a lot. I've since chilled out. I've just been more ghost. I've been out the country. I've been, just relaxing and trading behind the scenes and really just focusing on my students, honestly. And not necessarily just putting it on Instagram, but dude, man, I would trade crude oil one day. I'll trade Canadian dollar one day. I'll trade Dow Jones one day. All these are different assets, all right? Does not matter, because when you know how to properly trade, you can trade anything. So if you want a full system of how I do it, you want to learn how I do it, click my link below. All my information is down there. But it does not matter if it's futures, if it's Forex, if it's CFDs, it does not matter. Invest and trade. This right here is going to start to multiply your money. All right. This is the key. Now, number 4. Once we get these, step 4. All right. We got to build ownership and cash flow. Now we got to start owning stuff. So the first point, get your mind right. Second point, eliminate the waste so we can stack up. Third point, multiply your money through the markets. We start, what does that mean, right? Okay, yeah, we start putting money here and there, but this leads right into point 4, where we need to start owning things. Now we need to start owning a business, right? You can create a business. Start owning some real estate if that's your thing. My biggest thing, obviously, is I'm a stock guy, right? I'm a market guy, rather. You got some money in investing. In some trading. You have some money in stocks, some money in dividend stocks that can give you recurring income, either annually, biannually, quarterly, right? Depends on that stock. Own some REITs. I prefer to go the routes of all in the financial markets, because I don't want to deal with the physical buildings right now with the plan I'm working. You understand? This is my plan. So I'd rather just go to a REIT, a real estate investment trust, and have money in real estate that way. I don't have to worry about tenants or maintenance or anything, and I can still collect my 6%, 8%, maybe on a bad year, 4% on my money. This is what I want to do. You may want to go say, hey, you want to have some real estate properties, but you can do that now because you learn the power of investing and trading, and now you can take that income and that cash flow to now invest in real estate, to invest in your business, to grow it. The point is, no matter what, we need ownership. We have to start owning things. And then step 5, man, one of the most important, but slept on. There we go. One of the most important, but slept on, man. We now need to create a legacy plan. What do we want this to look like? Like, I really want you to stop and think sometime, like, man, like, and I don't mean the world, but I mean like your family. Like, we have to leave an inheritance for our children and our children's children, right? What's that look like? You know, are we going to go get a trust? You feel me? Because one thing people don't realize too is what happens when people die in the States. Like, my first degree is in accounting. I went to school for accounting, and when it comes to taxes, man, taxes is one of your biggest bills in the world. Like, in the world. A lot of people don't understand. A lot of people get taxed when somebody die on that insurance or whatever stuff. So you can put things and procedures in place to mitigate that and make sure your family gets all the money you work so hard for. So look at that, right? Are we getting trust in place? You know, do we want to have some kind of a business that we pass on to our family? How does that look? You know what I'm saying? You want to have stuff you're doing while you're here. I don't mean just when you're gone. I mean while you're here too, right? Enjoy the fruits of your labor. How does that look? Are you gonna set up just for your children, right? Is this just for your children? Or your children's children, right? So your grandchildren? Like, who is this for? Who is this for, and just how far out are you thinking? You know, just begin to plan those things. And remember, if you're spending $100 a day on nothing, it's gone forever. But if you invest that, you build assets, you put into a system that can work for you, man, you're not just creating money, but you're building generational wealth. All right? Generational wealth. So $100 a day can become freedom very, very quick, done right. $100 a day can either vanish into thin air and you can have it on your fingertips and it be gone the next week, you know, or literally you can build your future with it. The choice is yours. So if you're ready to move forward, going from learning to earning, then make sure you go and click all my links down below. Check out my information. If you like making money, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So that way you always stay up to date on the money moves and how we can capitalize on these markets, because of course there are trillions of dollars moving every day in these financial markets. All we need is a little piece to make some money. And if you don't like making money and you don't want to build wealth, then don't subscribe, man. It's that simple. Much love.